Hello. Have you wondered how you can possibly use meals or food to gift for the holidays? I've got some ideas for you today. But first, let's look about Jesus's generosity when it comes to food. Very familiar story, one of a couple, but still very important to read. In Matthew chapter 14, starting in verse 15, actually, let's start in verse 14. When he went ashore, he saw a large crowd and felt compassion for them and healed their sick. When it was evening, the disciples came to him and said, "This place is desolate and the hour is already late. So send the crowds away that they may go into the villages and buy food for themselves." But Jesus said to them, "They do not need to go away. You give them something to eat." They said to him, "We have only 5 loaves and 2 fish." And he said, "Bring them here to me." Ordering the people to sit down on the grass, he took the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, and looking up toward heaven, he blessed the food. And breaking the loaves, he gave them to the disciples, and the disciples gave them to the crowds. And they all ate and were satisfied. They picked up what was left over of the broken pieces, 12 full baskets. There were about 5,000 men who ate, besides women and children. You can see that food is a place where Jesus was generous as well. So in this Seeds of Generosity video today, we want to talk about how you can use food to be generous as well. We're coming upon the holidays and gift giving season, Christmas, and all of that good stuff. And when it's not necessarily Christmas, when there's like a new birth or something like that, oftentimes people want to take a hot meal to somebody or something to put in the freezer. But when it comes to Thanksgiving and Christmas time and you're busy and you're giving a lot of gifts and people are receiving a lot of gifts, that's not necessarily completely feasible. So a new idea for you today would be meals in a jar or meals in a bag. So what these are, your meals in a jar might be, I've seen soups done in them and cookie mixes where you put all the ingredients in, you can layer them and make them beautiful and then tie a pretty ribbon on them, give the directions with that as well, whether it be a label on the top of the lid or a sticker or something that you tie on with a ribbon. And those can be beautiful and fun and easy to use as well. Or if you use freeze-dried foods, then I have done whole meals with freeze-dried foods as well. And those are fantastic because you can use a lot of different recipes, not just soups and things. Because of that freeze-drying process, you have many, many different types of things that you can use and it still stays shelf-stable. The other idea is shelf-stable meals in a bag. So what these are meals that only use shelf-stable items, and you just put them in a bag together and put the recipe in there, and then that is ready to go for somebody. And these could include, again, some soups. Chicken Alfredo is an easy one because it's just pasta and Alfredo sauce and a can of chicken. So all 3 of those can come in boxes or jars or cans, and it's easy to just have that in a bag and ready to go. And a lot of those are quick to put together as well, quick to cook. There's many, many ideas. So the subject that you can, or the search term that you can use is shelf-stable meals in a bag, and you will get so many ideas. There's also a lady on Facebook that I just recently was made aware of. So I have only looked at a few posts just today, actually, to kind of see what she was about, but I had heard about her a few days ago. And she has a page on Facebook called Dollar Tree Meals. And she only uses items that she can get at Dollar Tree. So any dollar store, you're going to be able to find those things, or your local grocery store too, if you want. And as far as I can tell, and from what the person that told me about it, she only uses shelf-stable ones. She does a lot of the meals in a bag. So she has a lot of ideas on her Facebook page about meals in a bag, and it involves anything from full meals, the main course, side dishes, desserts, all of it. She has lots of ideas there. So that is another great place to check out as well for different ideas on what to use there. So this is a great way to give somebody the gift of ease, in a sense, whether it's a mom that's overwhelmed, somebody that's just, doesn't do a lot of cooking, or somebody that's tight on money. There's so many people that would absolutely love to get a meal in a bag or a meal in a jar, because we all have those days where we're just like, I don't know what to cook, or I need dinner in 15 minutes. What do I do? And these can provide some amazing opportunities for that. So I would love to suggest to you to consider the idea of giving meals this year, as for somebody, if you can think of somebody on your list of people to buy for that would just absolutely enjoy having a meal that is super simple to pull together and eat, that still tastes delicious, that a meal in a bag is a great solution. I'd love to hear some ideas for meals in a bag that you've done, or that you're going to do, or that you just found when you looked it up to discover what all there is for opportunities there. Anyway, if this is something that helps you, I would love for you to like and subscribe. Also, you'll find in the description a link where you can sign up to receive a free PDF download with 14 declarations of who God says you are. Because knowing who God says you are and putting that into your mind is so important for being able to just grow into His love, and through that love others well as well. So knowing who you are in God is incredibly important. So you can find the link to get that in the description. And each of those declarations also have 3 verses to go along with them to back them up, so you can see what God says about it, so you know that I'm not just making up something about what God says you are. You can know that it is His word. I hope that you have an absolutely fabulous day, and that you will spread seeds of generosity wherever you may go. Have a wonderful day. Bye.